Are you 30 and are you feeling lost? No direction? Maybe you have a dead-end job that's going nowhere, or maybe you're in a job that is just not satisfying for you, or maybe you're just have no direction, no clue what you want to do. You still haven't really quite figured that out. I mean, that was me when I turned 32. I didn't have a clear direction, but I'm here to tell you that it's not too late. You can still reinvent yourself. You can still live the life that you want or accomplish the dreams that you want. 30 is still really, really young. Shoot, so is 40, even 40. In the grand scheme of things, 30 and 40-year-old is still very young. So you can absolutely change the trajectory of your life if you do a couple things. And we're going to go ahead and get into that. But now it's going to be difficult. I'm not saying this is going to be easy by any means, because it does require action on your behalf. It does require discipline. And is it worth it? 100% yes. Or because the person you become is going to crush the person that you are right now. So in order for you to get to this point where you don't feel so lost or you have some sense of direction, you need to start with yourself. And what I mean by that is you need to focus on self-improvement. And there's a couple different things that you can do from this perspective with regards to self-improvement. And I think the most important one to begin with is fitness and health. I know a lot of people probably don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Because when you start taking care of yourself, when your cup is full, then you can pour into others' cups. So that's where you need to start. From a nutritional standpoint, really all you need to focus on is eating whole foods and drinking plenty of water. At the very basic sense of this, that's what you need to focus on. Step number one, just change up a little bit of your eating habits. And I'm not saying do a complete overhaul, because that's also not going to work. Because let's face it, if you were already, you wouldn't be feeling lost right now if you had some sort of drive to just completely overhaul and just shift that mindset. So I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just being truthful. So start small, right? Maybe if you don't eat breakfast, start with eating breakfast. Do that for a week or two. Build that habit is what I'm getting at, right? Then you start to incorporate other aspects of nutrition until you're like, okay, and as time progresses, before you know it, you'll be eating a healthier lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying that you can't eat sweets or whatever it is that's your vices every once in a while, but I think a good ratio to start with is maybe 80-20. Without getting too deep into all of this, just keeping it simple is my point. The second thing, from a fitness standpoint, also start simple. If you're not already working out, or if you've never worked out or been years, start simple, start slow. Don't just jump in. I mean, you can go out and get like a gym membership or something if that's what's going to take for you, but you don't have to. You can start with light walks, light jogs, maybe doing some calisthenics, maybe have a pair of kettlebells or a pair of dumbbells, and you can work out and get a fantastic workout. At the very least, it's a start. The whole point is that you're building a habit and you're showing up for yourself. Once you show up for yourself and you build this habit over a course of time, this is where you get that discipline. But before you get there, it's not about the motivation or the will, because realistically, yeah, they'll help you get started in the beginning, but what really determines your success is that you take action and you keep that discipline, even when you don't want to do it, and you go out and do it, because that means you're showing up for yourself. That's what needs to happen first. You need to show up for yourself. You need to get yourself in the right place. And then that translates everywhere else. So, like I said, start small, add as you go on, build that habit, turns into discipline, and then you'll start to see your mentality start to shift for the better. The next thing that I would do with regards to self-improvement is level up your skill set. Learn new skills so that it gives you better job opportunities or just better overall opportunities in life. This is one of the things that proved to be correct for me when I was trying to get into corporate. I hadn't quite finished my bachelor's yet, and this was many years ago, but I hadn't quite finished my bachelor's yet. And I just kept saying, why do I need to do this? Why do I need to do this? I don't need to finish it up. I don't even want to get into the whole story, but I essentially had one class left and I just hadn't done it. So one day I realized, okay, I get a phone call from the school saying that I owe them money. So I was like, all right, I had the money. I was like, let's just get out of this because I was also working on fixing my credit. But they said, hey, you only got the one class left. Go ahead, take it. So long story short, I took it. I finished up the class. Got my bachelor's degree, and I kid you not, and it's kind of frustrating how this works. Within months, I was in corporate. So, living my dream, at least that's what I thought. But yeah, the whole point is level up your skill set. Gain new skills, see where that takes you. It's going to give you better opportunities, and more importantly, it's going to help you connect with other folks that know a little bit more than you do. And it doesn't have to be super tech. You don't have to go into corporate, unless you want to. That nobody's stopping you. But I'll say that probably one of the easiest things to do to level up your skill set is learn a trade. Because I'll tell you what, in the next 10 to 15 years, the trades are where it's going to be where it's at. There's so many boomers out there right now that are looking to retire, but they don't have anybody, not even in their family, that want to take over their business. So that leaves an opportunity for you to go get that relationship or establish that relationship with the small business owner, where I can guarantee within the first 2 or 3 conversations, the person that you talk to, that's going to be the owner. And you establish that rapport with them, and you ask them if they ever thought about selling. And you'd probably be surprised how many of these folks will tell you, I actually do want to retire, I just don't have anybody to take this over. That's where you come in. Right? You retire them. And the way that you do that, even if you don't have the capital, is that you tell them, I'll give you X percentage of the profits going forward. And now that person retires without having to worry about where his money's going to come from. At least they have some sort of passive income and they're out of the company. They no longer have to worry about it. That's a win-win for both of you. But, that's just one example, guys, right? But there's so many other things. And this applies to any company, but I think the trades is probably the easiest, right? Because nobody wants to do it. It's not considered sexy. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of small businesses out there that make millions. They make very good money, and they're just looking to retire. So that's what I mean by improve your skill set. Once you've established these habits and your mindset, you're going to see it shift. And you're going to want to do better for yourself, for your family. This all impacts all of this. So again, at the core, it starts with you. Fixing you, getting yourself right. And you're going to see how that changes your relationship with your family, with your kids, with God. It all is going to impact in that manner. For me, when I was in my mid-30s, that's when I actually started to realize that, hey, how am I supposed to be the husband, the dad, the leader of my family if I'm broken? If I'm not getting myself strong, getting myself together right, chasing those new skill sets, venturing out, whatever the case may be. And so that was a huge eye-opener for me. And that's kind of what made me shift my mindset. Or started making me shift. And I'm not going to say that I did it overnight, because I sure as hell did it. I'd like to think that I'm a different person from 10 years ago, a better version of myself. But I'm far from perfect. But I'm also striving to improve myself on a daily basis to get to that point, to just continue to strive and continue to be a better person so that my family can have 100% confidence in my abilities, in my ability to be able to take care of them the way that they deserve to be taken care of. When we're also talking about relationships, I'm not just meaning your family, but I also mean your friends. You need to take a look at your friends around you, and you need to determine whether or not these are the type of friends that are worth keeping around. And by that I mean, do they motivate you? Do they have that discipline? Do they have that motivation? Are they doing shit? Are they successful? Versus friends that are, let's go out and drink, let's go party, screw work, or, they just spend a lot of money, living paycheck to paycheck. If that's the case, if it's the latter, I'm going to tell you that they're just holding you back. And maybe it's time for you to move on. Easier said than done, because most of the time, these friends that we're talking about that don't really have much going on for them, you've probably likely had them for almost your entire life since you were kids. And so moving on from them is tough. You might feel bad for them. You might feel sorry for them. Or, they've been there through some of the tough times that you've had. And maybe you've even tried to talk them or motivate them to do something else for them, and it just doesn't work. And that's where you just unfortunately have to face the reality that they're just not helping you. They're just holding you back. And so you need to find a group of friends or get a mentor, something, right? Where they're going to encourage you to do the things that you want, motivate you, and keep on top of you because they're doing shit. And so that's going to continue this process of you evolving and becoming this other person, this person with a sense of direction and something to look forward to. And what's that old saying, that iron sharpens iron? That's exactly what this is, right? Keeping each other accountable, cheering for each other, making sure you guys are getting your stuff done. Those are the type of people that you need to be around. Also, you need to find and network with other folks, and maybe not friends, but more like mentor type people, where they just have a better skill set than you, more knowledge than you. When you start to surround yourself around that type of environment, because what do they say? You're a product of your environment. Well, this rings exactly true, right? You surround yourself with those people that are where you want to be, and then you're going to start to see improvement in your own life, because you're not going to want to be left behind. And you'd be surprised how quickly all of this will start to take place. And now, again, I'm not saying like next week, right? But in the grand scheme of things, relatively short. 6-8 months is pretty short for you to change your mentality, build yourself up with that confidence so you can find a purpose. And guys, that's the whole point of this, right? Otherwise, what the hell are we doing? Oh, guys, I forgot while I'm at it. If you're interested, over my, 15 plus years of staying active and former CrossFit coach, former personal trainer, I have some experience with programming workouts. And in the comments below for free, I have a list of 20 workouts that I kind of go to every once in a while when I'm short on time and I just need to get something in quick. Requires little to no equipment, body weight, or like a set of kettlebells or a set of dumbbells. And it's totally free. If you guys want to download it, it'll be in the description below. Just my way of saying thank you for watching my content. Go ahead, download it. Do with it what you will. Like I said in the beginning, it all starts with yourself. It starts with you building yourself up, building that habit, getting that discipline. And don't wait, guys. Do it now. You have the capable. You got it. Do it now. Don't wait. With that, guys, I appreciate you guys sticking around to watch. If you enjoyed this content, or if you found any value from it, I request that you consider subscribing and give a like on the video. I'd much appreciate it. And with that, I'll catch you guys on the next one.